What's up YouTube? It's Donovan the Smartphone Guy coming back at you with another video, and I'm excited to bring to you the Moto G4 Plus. So this is a phone that I've had in my hand for a little over 24 hours, so I want to talk about tonight 6 reasons why I think that this phone is worthy of your purchase. So first of all, you can get it in 2 different variants. I have the Moto Maker version, and I have the 4 gig of RAM version with 64 gigs of onboard storage. This one is $300 on Moto Maker. You can also get it at Best Buy, Amazon, places like that. Or you can get the 16 gig version that has 2 gigs of onboard RAM. So 16 gigs of onboard storage, 2 gigs of RAM. So let's talk about 6 reasons why I think this phone is worthy of your purchase. So number 1 is the fact that it is unlocked. So you can use this phone with any carrier. You can use it with Sprint, T-Mobile, AT&T, or Verizon. It works with all the carriers just like the Moto X Pure has in the last couple of years. So that is the first reason. Number 1 is the fact that it's unlocked. Number 2, it is a stock Android experience. So right away you get Google Now Launcher on there, so awesome. And then if you look at the settings menu, you will notice that there's really no difference on here from stock Android, and it is running. We'll go in here and look at the Android version. So we do have Android 6.0.1, and it's running the May security patches already. So that's awesome, and everything about this looks and feels like stock Android. Now you can see that I have a bunch of apps installed on there. None of the apps that I have installed came on it, obviously. Everything, with the exception of this Moto app, is completely stock Android. So that is the number 2 reason, is you get a very stock Android feel and look to it. And also, because of that, with that 617 processor, that Snapdragon processor, it does run very snappy. Now, I'm going to do some comparisons where I compare a speed test of this phone to my Nexus 6P and my S7 Edge. And I've already done some comparisons on my own, and the Nexus 6P is a little bit faster, the S7 Edge is a little bit faster, but is it noticeably faster? I would say barely noticeable. This 617 processor that this phone comes with is very good. It's very snappy. I haven't experienced some of the lag that some of the other people have talked about with this phone. So you can see here that, you know, obviously I have the 4 gigs of RAM version, but you can see I have a ton of apps running in the background, and the phone is not experiencing any lag as a result. So stock Android is running very well on this phone. The third thing, and this is kind of a surprise for me, I really didn't expect this, but the camera on this phone is actually pretty good. And you can see here that we do have some auto, the auto camera is great, but then also we do have some manual options as well, so we can change the ISO, the white balance, and things like that. So that is number 3. The camera, the 16 megapixel camera on the back of this phone is very good. It takes very snappy pictures. Not sure what we're looking at there, but the camera quality is quite good. So you can see a few pictures and that I took of some random stuff, but honestly the camera quality is quite good. I was kind of surprised by that. I really kind of didn't expect much. Moto in the past has been kind of disappointing when it comes to camera quality, but this camera isn't bad, especially for a phone that's only going to cost you $300. So that's number 3. The 4th reason is the fingerprint sensor. Of course, you know, fingerprint sensors have become kind of the norm for most phones now, and it really should be, in my opinion. But the fingerprint sensor on this phone is very quick. It's not the fastest fingerprint sensor. There are definitely phones that have faster ones, but this one is very accurate. And so I only have 4 fingers that are currently logged in as fingerprints for this, but it works very well, and it's very accurate. Almost never misses. So there you go. So the fingerprint sensor is number 4. The 5th reason is this 5.5-inch 1080p screen. Now, I know that people are saying, well, you know, 4K screens are in now. And I think, personally, for me, a 1080p screen is really kind of in that sweet spot because it saves on your battery. You don't have the quick draining battery because of the 4K screen, sorry, the 2K screens. I just don't think that it is necessary on a cell phone to have such high resolution screens. Now, do I have phones with it? Yeah, I'm filming this on an S7 Edge, and the screen looks beautiful, but honestly, this 1080p screen really isn't that bad. You won't notice any pixels when you're looking at it, and it looks beautiful in my opinion. So that's number 5. And then the 6th reason why I think, and this is probably one of my favorites, is the battery life. So this is my 2nd full day of using it, and you can see here that it is 8:32 and I'm at 23%, so I want to go ahead and show you my screen on time just to kind of give you an idea, which I think this is actually pretty stellar in my opinion. So let's take a look. Battery life, and there is, it started out around 7:45 this morning. It's now 8:32 in the evening. I'm still at 23% battery life, and I'm a very heavy user. I've had my Wi-Fi on all day, I've had my location on all day, I've had my Bluetooth on all day. It's connected to my Moto 360 Sport, so it's constantly sending notifications to that. So I'm a heavy user when it comes to phones. I've played games, I've watched some YouTube videos. My Project 13, I watched a couple of his videos today, and yeah, it's still at 23%. So let's go ahead and take a look at the screen on time. So you can see that I'm at nearly 4 hours of screen on time, which means by the end of the day, by the time I run through that 23% that's left over, I'm hitting over 5 hours of screen on time, which if you compare that to most of the newer phones, I really only got 3.5 to 4 hours with those phones. So for me, 5 hours of screen on time is worth stepping down to a 1080p screen. It's just my opinion. Obviously, your opinion might differ, but I think that's awesome. 5 hours of screen on time is great. So let's talk about one other thing. Just the front-facing camera, obviously, 5 megapixel. It's not going to be flashy. It's not going to be amazing. It's not going to wow anyone, but it does the trick. It's not bad. And let's talk about the speaker up here. So this is just a single front-facing speaker up here. And let's go ahead and, just for fun, let's listen to a quick song just so you guys can hear what that sounds like. Now obviously this is coming through on my S7 Edge, so I personally think that the front-facing speaker, while it is just a mono speaker up here, sounds pretty darn good and pretty darn loud. Is it the best speaker I've ever heard? No, but it's a great speaker for what you're getting on this package. I think this is a full package phone for $300. So I know it's just a camera phone, or just a cell phone speaker there, but for what it is, I think it's great. And so YouTube, hopefully this has been helpful for you. There's my 6 reasons why I think the Moto G4 Plus is 100% worth your purchase at $300. I think it's a great phone. Are there used phones you can get for a better deal at $300? Yeah, definitely. But if you're looking for a new phone and you want a great phone that's just an all-around performer, I say the Moto G4 Plus is 100% a buy in my opinion. And that's after 24 hours of use, so that may change over time. But for right now, I think that there's really nothing that this phone is missing at that price point. It is even water resistant. So, and it does come with the turbocharger as well, so it does have fast charging. Now, I will say this, it is only 1.6 amp charging, so it's not the fastest charging you'll ever get. I came from the OnePlus 3, which, I mean, that phone charged in a matter of a couple seconds, it felt like. No, super fast charging. You're not going to get that out of this phone, but the charging is pretty darn good. So anyways, thanks for watching. Please give me the like if this video has been helpful for you. This is just my impressions, my first impressions after 24 hours of this phone. Hopefully it's helpful for you, and if you like it, go ahead and hit that thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.